All right, how's that?
Looks good.
Okay, cool. All right, are you ready to rock?
Yeah, I clicked record.
All right, cool. All right, guys, well, welcome. So Emma gave me the news that I was the top recruiter for 2020, which was actually pretty surprising to me, but I'm gonna share with you tonight some tips and tricks that I used to build my team this year. So I always keep these 4 things in mind. 1, the VIP customers that you have, we'll go through that, the free join kit, always talking Scentsy, and then persistence. So we're going to touch on each one of these as we go through. So first, your VIP customers, check those reports of orders to see who those are. Not only do I do it for recruiting, but also for special mail and samples and who I want to continue buying. Also, VIP to me actually means continuous and consecutive orders. So this is typically within 3 months if they're doing that $200. So that's what I look for when I look at their orders and how much they're actually buying, or if they're pretty close to that $200. Because how I spin it here is that if they've spent over $200 within 3 months, why not get paid for it? So they can obviously open their own party, they can get the rewards, and they can get that commission off of it. Some people just join because of that. That's how I joined Scentsy, because I was spending $200 over 3 months, and then it kind of just was a snowball effect for me. So that's how I always start with it, because some people aren't really into selling. I mean, that's how I was in the beginning. So that's how I try to spin it, right? So if they're spending that money within the 3 months, why not spend the 200 in 1 month? And then to be active, you only have to do it over 3 months total. So that's my number 1 selling point there, the VIP customers. Next, I want to touch on the free join kits. So hopefully everybody knows by now that if there is a party hosted and it reaches a certain value to get that $59 in free product, there's actually a host join kit available. It's not super big. It's a warmer and some samples. There are some flyers in there. I think maybe like some type of cleaner and then some bars. So it's not huge, but it gets you by, and it's definitely worth it. So whenever I have a host, or if it's me, I'm always marketing that kit. Actually, last year, that's how I got 3 new recruits, was just marketing that kit. However, interestingly enough, when I did market that join kit, some of them actually said, I want the $99 kit because it's totally worth it. So then they already joined with the $99 kit, and then I still have that join kit available. Now, I don't push people very hard. That's another tactic to have, is just be yourself and don't be super pushy with sales, because that's when people are gonna back out and go to somebody else. So that's what makes a good leader also. So if you don't know about the free join kit and we need to go over more in detail, please let us know. I'm definitely happy to share, but if it's my party, I'm always marketing that free join kit. So that was super important over the recruiting process this past year. Next, just always talking Scentsy and just creating that interest in general. So every single day, I'm sharing Instagram and Facebook stories daily. So I may not be posting to my VIP group daily, but I'm always sharing those stories. And again, if you need help with the social media stuff, we can certainly do another training on that as well. But it's about creating interest. So you want to share some of those photos that you have, make sure that they're obviously compliant. Also, adding some polls or questions and such to the stories so that people can click. That always helps as well. So one of my recruits actually this year came from saying, do you want more information? Yes or no? And sometimes people click it on accident, but this person actually meant to do it. So I immediately messaged them and and made sure that they were interested and then sent them the information and they signed up. So just we'll talk about persistence later, but this is definitely part of it, is being persistent that way. Also, do your friends know that you sell? So your friends, your family, your coworkers, I'm always talking about it. Even I'm dog sitting right now, so this isn't my real work background, but typically in my office, I have my whole Scentsy rack behind me. So when I'm on Teams meetings or Zoom calls for work, people are always asking, what's that behind you? And I say, oh, I sell Scentsy. And I'll kind of like duck and say, yeah, I sell Scentsy too. So they're like, oh, what's Scentsy? So I definitely got a coworker that way, but just creating that interest and making sure that people know you sell. It's around your house, it's in your car. I took it with me on business trips, always on the airplane. So that's always creating interest as well. Like, oh, this person's been selling for X amount of time. Why are they doing so well? Maybe I need in on that. And then also, talking creates interest for people to then ask about the opportunity. So why do you do it? Is it easy? Can you give me some details? How much do you really make? And I always tell them, Scentsy kind of sells like candy for me. So I do sell other companies as well. However, how I push Scentsy and why I have the biggest team with Scentsy is because it's a needed product always. So it runs out, it's refillable. It's not like clothing where people just need it maybe once for a pair of leggings, or your Pampered Chef products where people don't need that every month. They do need Scentsy every month though, right? They need the extra wax. Maybe they need a gift for the fragrance flower. So just keep that going, and then creating that interest should then be a snowball effect into, hey, have you ever thought about selling? Okay, no worries. If they say no, don't push it. We're going to get into that next. Don't be pushy and just keep being yourself. So being persistent. So again, did they say no? Okay, no worries. Don't be pushy about it. But follow up with them 3 months later and get an update. If they're a regular customer, then I would still push. If they're already spending that $200, why not just sign up and get the commission? You don't have to sell necessarily, but you're still getting something out of it. Being consistent, not only with your customers and making sure that you're providing them what they need details wise, but also with your social media. Again, if people see you posting every day, they're going to know that this interests you and this is a passion of yours and you want to stick with it. Lastly, share the benefits of it to you. So I personally don't have kids, so I'm not using it for that. However, I do like to tell people that Scentsy helped me remodel my kitchen, or Scentsy helps, this is truth, it helps pay half of my car payment every month. However, if I get that team bonus, it actually pays my full car payment. So when I do really well that month, I'm definitely posting it too. Like, look what I bought with Scentsy. And it's funny because I remember one time I posted a wine cooler that I had bought for my kitchen remodel, and those are very expensive. And someone said, "What do you mean Scentsy bought this?" And I said, "Well, my commission check fully paid for this." And that was amazing. So definitely share it. People are in shock when they know how much you can make when you do work hard and you see the benefits. But recruiting, I'm not going to say it's easy. However, if you follow all of the steps, guys, so VIP customers, right? Being persistent, make sure you're always looking at those reports too. Let's go back to it. Hold on, sorry. The free join kit, and always talking about Scentsy. So I stick to these 4, did them throughout this past year, and these were the techniques that worked for me. Emma, I think that there are some extra trainings out of this that that we could come up with later on. You know,
Yeah.
reports around customers and orders, maybe how to actually use the free join kit and put it into your order when you're doing it. Those are some other topics we could certainly touch on, but I wanted to touch here on stuff that definitely worked for me over this past year. And again, just know, guys, I'm not really the pushy type, and I have people messaging me all the time, randos. Oh, hey, how's your day? Well, I don't know you, but I know you're going to come after me about something with direct sales, so I block them immediately. I don't like the cold messaging thing, so just be real and be yourself. And so that's how I did it this year.
I wrote down a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you market the join kit?
Market the join kit. So I use the real picture from the Scentsy page so that people know exactly what they're getting with the $59 join kit. And usually I will put it as a question on Instagram. So are you interested in a free kit? So I do it to that. And I always start with my VIP group as well. This is if I'm the host though. And I do like to do it when I'm the host. I haven't had many sign up when the customer's the host, which is totally fine. I mean, $59 in free product is a lot too. But that's what's worked for me. And it's funny, I said earlier, 2 people actually upgraded their kit to the $99 kit. So then I still had those free join kits available. So you never know what'll happen.
Do you charge them the $59 for it, or do you just give them the join kit?
I give them the join kit. I will tell you, well, I should start here. Depends how well I know them.
Right.
So I know Elizabeth, for example, did that with me.
Okay.
So it just all depends.
I've given them away too, and I honestly, I've given away a lot, and then they turn around and they don't do anything with them. So that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, you never know. That's the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, always worth a try. So I wanted to add, just because you were talking about how much you make, and because we're recording this and for everybody on, if you're sharing how much you make, like I paid my car payment or I bought this wine cooler or anything like that, you should always share the income disclosure when talking about how much you make, just because that's out of compliance to not share that. But I know probably everybody on the call knows that, but I just wanted to state it so that it's stated. So
Yep, good call.
All right, and I made notes for the other training call ideas too. So did anybody that's on have any questions?
How many people did you recruit last year?
Emma, I think it was 19.
I'm not sure. I saved that report on my computer. I can pull it
You
up.
have it handy.
Oh, I mean, not too much work. I didn't know. 19 in 1 year.
Yeah, it was
How many
something like that.
How many are still active?
Oh, well, yeah, no. That's a
Yeah.
really good question. I can let you know when I run the report, but that's the thing about going back to the kits, right? Like some of them just don't sell after. So.
And people lose interest. And there was a statistic that I had written down somewhere of how many that you add so many people, you recruit so many people. Sorry, I was looking for the report at the same time. I was thinking what to say. You recruit so many people and only so many are actually successful with it, or actually even really want to work with it. Because you get your kidnappers, you get the ones that just want to join and, you know, hit up a sale or, you know, save some money on their next order, whatever. So, I mean, it's normal to recruit and have them fall off. And I always tell people, don't get discouraged about that.
Oh, absolutely. I just was wondering.
But yeah, your overall team, I mean, it'll grow as you know, recruit. So, but yeah, Britt did awesome with that last year, especially during a pandemic and everything. It's just insane.
Well, also the funny part was a lot of them came from buying their kit on their own versus that $20 deal.
Yeah.
So you always think like people are going to jump on that deal, and it was surprising. I think I only had one from that actually.
Oh, really? I'll have to look back. And I know Holly joined after that, so that wasn't even a factor, but you were talking about how people upgraded to the $99 kit instead. And she actually broke it down and did the math after she joined when she was recruiting. And she said that the $99 kit, its value is so much greater. And if they're going to take their business seriously, they can use all that stuff, all the samples and everything to share with friends and family, which is definitely true. But I joined on a $49 kit when they did a monthly special back in 2015. And well, I'm still around, so that says something too.
Yeah, that's still a good deal. No, and we have the transition coming up, which is also a really good time to recruit with all the new products. So that's the thing too of how to sell this stuff is there's always new stuff coming out. So if someone creates interest with a lot of your stories or likes your posts or comments, they may be a good one just to ask in general too.
Yeah.
So.
And it's always seeds that you plant too, and having those conversations, like you said, be persistent, but don't be pushy. Wait 3 months and come back. You planted a seed. And seriously, there's been people that I've recruited and it took them years of me mentioned it multiple times. And then finally they join. And I mean, one of them's Brandy and she's still on now. So
yeah.
But and you have one thing you didn't mention was like recruiting conversations and watching for things that they might mention that makes them a good candidate for joining, like that they want a trip and can't afford it, or they want to get out, meet people, and have more friends and everything, which that isn't so much the case now with COVID because we can't do anything. But and anybody that needs more money or a side job and stuff like that, you can always listen for those little tidbits too.
Absolutely. It's nice too that this is a company where you don't necessarily need inventory either.
Yes.
Right? Like if you're paying the $10 a month for your site, you're good to go.
Yeah, definitely. And now they don't even really need to do that because they can place the individual orders and attach them to a party. So, but I always say, I think that they're losing out if they don't have a site. But that's everybody's choice. All right. Yasmin, did you have any questions or anything?
No, not right now.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys got on. Like I said, I'm going to change the drawings this month. I'm going to try out how this goes. And I'm going to do a big drawing at the end of the month for everybody that participated. And I'm going to send Britt a gift for hosting.
Thank you, Emma. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll chat with you soon.
See ya.
All right, good night.